What's going on, everybody? This is Island Hopper TV coming to you from Delhi, India. Let's do it. Cool place, I recommend it. That's right, guys. We're going to do a lot of exploring around the capital here of India, Delhi. All right, we've arrived at the Lotus Temple. We're going to go inside and see what this Baha'i temple has to offer. The Baha'i religion is very unique, and this Lotus Temple really stands out here in Delhi.
To be active to the inside, then put it here and then build it.
Okay. All right. So we have to take off the shoes before we go in here. And the thing that makes Baha'i very unique is it incorporates all of the best principles from every religion across the world, not just favoritism of one or two. A lotus flower is actually a common symbol you will see across India. We'll touch on that a little bit later. If you get a chance to come here to the Lotus Temple, I would recommend it, although you're not allowed to film in there, so we couldn't show you what's in there, but it is a holy place, so I found it to be quite refreshing.
200 rupees.
So on a hot day, you know. So we are here at Prachin Hanuman. This is actually a monkey temple, and you can see there's monkeys right here. In cities across India, it's quite common to see the wildlife right there in the middle of the city.
Came in for the prayer, they buy the sweet here.
Delhi has a lot to see, but it does require quite a bit of driving around, and sometimes traffic jams happen. And lots of honking horns. And we're here at Qutub Minar, which is actually at one point in time the tallest brick structure in the world. And it was also the first tall building made of brick, built in the 12th century. It is very historical and definitely worth checking out while you're here. It did change hands from Hindu to Islam over time, so you're going to see some desecration of the statues because they cut off the faces of the idols when it turned into a mosque. So here we are at Kuwatul Islam Masjid. This was actually the first mosque built in Delhi. Before it was actually a mosque, it was a Hindu temple. And if you look on the side of the structure, you'll actually see that the red is actually Hindu, and then the writing is in Arabic. The really impressive thing about these structures is there's no cement used. It's all interlocking, so everything has to be flush. Also, all of the carvings you see were done by hammer and chisel, by hand.
In the center, written the Allah, but that's the lotus flower. Lotus flower is symbol of the Hinduism.
Cool place, I recommend it. All right, guys, so what we're going to do now is we're actually going to head to Agra. This is where the Taj Mahal is. It's a 3-hour drive from Delhi. And you can see Agra actually has a big metro transportation system being built with rail right here. All right, guys, we've made it to Agra. We're actually going to go inside the Taj Mahal. This is where it's at. Let's do it. We were here on Gandhi's birthday and it was packed. As we're standing around here, there's a lot of monkeys, and what the monkey will do is it'll actually come running up to you, try and grab something out of your hand like a camera or your phone, and the only way you can really get it back is if you give them a banana or some sort of treat. Monkeys might look cute, but they also have an aggressive side that can be a bit intimidating at times. So we're outside the Taj Mahal entry here. We're just waiting to get our tickets from the online booking. If you do come here, try to book online ahead of time. We didn't know about that, so we're kind of waiting on the tickets to come through. As you know, the Taj Mahal was considered one of the 7 historical wonders of the world. I've always wanted to come here because it's on the list of things to do for your bucket list travels, right? But when you show up here, do expect crowds. Unless you show up in the morning. I heard that's the secret. So the Taj Mahal was built by Shah Jahan, and it was actually built in memory of his wife. Taj means crown, and Mahal means palace. So Crown Palace is the original name. Now, where they got the idea to build this structure came from a variety of different engineering techniques from around the world, such as France. Building on the river was a technology that was developed in France on the Seine River for the Notre Dame Cathedral, and they brought it here. If you look at the top, you can see the actual double dome that originated in Turkey at the Blue Mosque. If you notice, the minarets, they're not exactly straight. They actually point to the outside. That's in case of an earthquake. If they were to ever fall over, they wouldn't fall onto the actual double dome, they would fall outward. That's why they're not perfectly straight. And if you wanted to see that Blue Mosque, you can watch our other video on Istanbul. So the big thing about the Taj Mahal is symmetry. So you'll notice there's a red mosque on the right and a red mosque on the left. And in the middle, the entire structure of the Taj Mahal is symmetric. There's a reason for that, and that's because they want balance. And the reason for that we'll talk about later. And Shah Jahan was a Mughal emperor who was born in Lahore, Pakistan. And some historians say at the peak of his reign, he was considered the ruler of the world in 1627 to 1658. And you will notice the marble has Arabic inscriptions from the Quran all across the Taj Mahal. All right, so here's the Yamuna River. That's the banks that this actual Taj Mahal was built on. If you look right across the river there, you can see where the black Taj Mahal was going to be built. That was where Shah Jahan was going to be buried. But his son determined that he was spending too much money, and they put him in an old man's home, or a prison, and that was over here at the Red Fort. Yep, his son said, hey, enough's enough. No more spending the money that they were going to get inheritance for. So there's many things that make the Taj Mahal impressive. One of them is the fact that it's made of this white marble that comes from here in India. These other stones, like the onyx, that comes from Belgium. Some of the other stones come from Afghanistan, like the lapis lazuli. But you can see inside of the marble, they hand cut all of this stuff and engraved it. But if you look up, you can see written the words of the Quran. And part of the reason for the water on each side, this is a reflection well. as well as the river. He specifically chose this location because he wanted reflections. The Taj Mahal changes colors. In the morning, it's like a yellowish red tint. In the afternoon, it's very white. But under a full moon, it turns like this milky white. But you can see the reflection pond right here. At a certain time of day, during a certain point in the year, you'll get a nice reflection of the Taj Mahal right here on the water. And like I said, there's only one thing about this place, this Taj Mahal here, that is not symmetrical, and that's the tombs. The tombs that you see when you actually go in there, though, are replicas. If you go 25 steps down below is the actual tomb. The king's tomb, his actual coffin, is a little bit bigger than the queen's. That's the only thing that's not symmetrical about all of the Taj Mahal. And thank you to Ollie here. He was the guide who gave us all the information. And if you want to contact him, he'll leave his information in the comments below. You get a hold of him directly, and he'll help set you up with what you need to see and do when you get to the Taj Mahal. Ollie's the man.
Hi, myself is Ollie, and I am a guide in Agra last 10 years. I speak English and the French, both the languages. Bye-bye.
Yeah, after walking around the Taj Mahal, we built up quite the appetite. But thanks to Bon Barbecue out here in Agra, we got a great meal right here at the buffet. And then it was back to Delhi. All right, we're in Chamdi Chowk. We're going to walk around. This is right here in Old Delhi, across the street from the Red Fort. So let's go see what's going on down here.
Indian BMW. Yes. I'm very happy about that.
That's right, they do call this the Indian BMW, and you can see there's many of those Indian BMWs all around here, and those men are more than happy to take you around. Walking and riding around here is quite the experience. I mean, this place is electric. Those rickshaws are a way to get around if you want. They're fast. It's obviously manpower, natural air conditioning, no gasoline.
Like Indian popcorn. They're just putting the simple here, and they're not selling one floating fish. They're selling like a frying ribs. The fry depends on the qualities.
Here you have dried ginger, dried mango. Is those mushrooms?
No, it's a black cardamom. Cardamom.
Cardamom.
Black cardamom. It's a clove.
Okay. You definitely can feel the spices in your throat as you walk through here in the spice market.
The coriander.
Coriander.
Coriander, they have the qualities. People came and said the qualities. And then the turmeric.
Turmeric right here.
That's when the long. This is salt from the Himalaya. The other salt.
So I just tried some black salt. It's got a sulfur taste to it, but it's delicious. Yeah, so what you're looking at there is cat poop pomegranate seeds. Tasty. Flies. The more flies, the better. Indian cinnamon,
Yes,
right?
Indian cinnamon is like bark, in more sweet, in more strong.
Oh yeah. It's like a piece of Big Red. It's that strong. Like, you know when you put a piece of Big Red in your mouth? That's what it tastes like.
And like nutmeg.
Yeah.
In nutmeg flour, in like some maize flour for cooking also, like for chicken and for meat, for vegetable, rice, everything you smell.
Yeah, what is this?
Maize flour, nutmeg flour.
Maize flour, nutmeg flour. And what do I use this for? What would I use this
This
for?
is for like rice, for chicken, mutton, for vegetable.
Cooking.
Yes, cooking also. And cloves also.
And
like
cloves.
very good for toothache. And this you can see like for rice.
Oh, I see.
Green cardamom.
What is this called?
Green cardamom.
I don't smell much.
This normal.
Normal. Oh, I see. Now you show me the real deal. Woo! Yeah, okay. More black salt. It's good for your stomach. Yeah, it tastes like sulfur.
This is like for salad also, for barbecue, lemon. These people, Indian people drink like lemon soda.
Yeah.
This
Black
like
pepper.
black salt. No black pepper,
Black
black,
salt,
salt.
black salt.
This mix little lemon for drink like very good for diabetes.
Himalayan lavender. Very nice. Smell good, yeah. Really hot, I'll do it. Oh yeah. Michelada?
Chai.
Chai.
Friend, now we are here. This place called Bangla Sahab Gurdwara. It's the biggest Sikh temple in Delhi.
By the way, that man you see right there, Satish, he is definitely an awesome travel guide for visiting Delhi. He just started a new Instagram, so if you guys want to go over there and follow him at Delhi Tours Guide at Instagram. So for the people, it's actually considered a commandment to feed everyone and not have a bias. So you can see rich, poor, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, they all eat together here without any sort of bias. So it's for everybody. And the Sikh faith really does go out of its way to make sure that it is all-inclusive, especially when it comes to feeding the hungry. behind me, you can see the people prepping the food for everyone, the vegetables. Free literature available. And after another big day, we'll head back to the hotel to get some sleep. But first, we'll show you around the accommodation there, and then we'll head over towards the New Delhi area, just to tell you a little bit about that later. And we had to stop and get some great tasting Indian food right here, and that is some butter chicken and garlic naan. So what we ended up doing was heading back to the hotel. You can see this is our accommodation right there next to the airport at the Aloft Hotel. Really a nice hotel, I do recommend that. So as you can see, we're headed over to New Delhi. So the difference between Old Delhi and New Delhi is that the British built the new capital outside of Old Delhi, and that's what we're going to show you around, is the India Gate area. All right, we are now here at the India Gate, which is a monument to the soldiers who fought and lost their lives in World War I from 1914 to 1919. So that's where we're at now. And this is a big park that extends all the way over to what is considered the Indian Parliament, or the government buildings if you look right behind you. After all, New Delhi is the capital of India.
Ariel Cobra. This Ariel. Ariel Cobra. मैं कोई मान बोल रहा हूँ अपने
As you can see, it's kind of hot out here. But one thing I wanted to tell you, as you walk around here, you'll notice they're selling an off-brand water. So they have the main water brand, and then they have an off-brand. So the water you're getting here is not actually the official water that you want to be drinking. So here we are at Aragasan Ke Bali. Bali is a well in Indian, but this is a Hindu well. The king built this in the 16th century to trap all the monsoon rainwater. It would take about 15 days for it to evaporate, but in the 15-day period, people could come here with buckets and fill up the water tanks. Well, so far, India is exciting. It's unique, but it's exciting. It's an adventure, and I love adventure, so all's good. And here we are in the Khan market. This is actually in New Delhi. It's a little bit more upscale than the other markets across the Delhi region. Let's go take a look. So India is one of the textile capitals of the world. What we're going to do is we're going to go in here and see if we can get fitted for a suit. They'll let us out without buying, so I can say no, but we'll see what they got. Getting my measurements for my suit. Okay, we have a deal. Okay, let's do it. And just in case you guys are wondering, Satish is the man who showed us around Delhi. I highly recommend his service, so if you guys want, give him a call.